Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Pauline Clare, and in today's video I'm going to answer a question that was left in my comments about what do you do if something you really like is not available in your country and to import it in costs a lot of money. What can you do? So here's some of my ideas. Here I'm showing you some examples of some backgrounds I've made. Now in these I've used brushos, distress inks, distress oxides, watercolour inks, but you could also use watercolour pens, you could use watercolour paints, you could use ordinary acrylic paint and do a bit of paper smushing. Just try whatever you've got in your stash and see how it turns out. You'll be quite surprised. Now a lot of people like my silhouette stamps I use, the Lavinia ones, but they're quite expensive, I understand, to get into the USA. So here I'm just giving some ideas that I've just looked through my stamp stash just real quick, and like here these flowers would work perfectly. So why not try using something like these? And if you've got any fairy stamps, I don't have, but if you've got any fairy stamps, you could use those as well, and get a feel for them, see if you like them, see if it's worth saving up to do an order, or see if someone else who likes crafting wants to do an order with you to split the shipping costs and such. Now also you could use dies. If you've got a fairy die, cut it out in black, stick that down. Don't be limited. Flowers as well, if you've got any flowers or leaves, they could be cut out in black and silhouetted up. I mean, who even says they have to be in black? Now here I wanted the sentiment dies, and I wanted some script, and I wanted it to be able to print it in the background, and I just found these woodware ones on Amazon. So look on Amazon, see what sort of fits the style you're looking for. Look on, or any site, look on any site and just see what style will fit what you're trying to make, just to give yourself an idea of what you can do. These two were just some cheap stamps I picked up quite a while back off Amazon. Now those trees and that one I'm pointing to at the bottom would be perfect. The hedgehog would fit in perfectly. The stars would. The words would fit perfectly with it. The bunny you could even stamp and maybe colour him in. Now these are just some border dies I got for my journals, but some of these look like there could be foliage. So you could have them stamped from the top coming down, or you could have from the bottom going up. Create borders, put your own twist on it. Get a feel for it, see if it's worth making the investment. But just check out all the different places that sell stamps. I then decided to have a quick look through my dies. I don't have a huge collection of dies at the moment, because I've only been collecting my craft stash since August last year, but I've just got my dies, and I'm just gonna have a quick flick through and get out or point at any that I think would work. You could use as a silhouette and cut out in black. Oh, I've got my stencils out first. That you could do in black. Do a big background, do that in black, make a lovely frame. I'm just going through, because the fairy here, you could do her on the moon in a nice big frame. You could stamp as much of, have as much of her in the picture or as little as you wanted. You could just have her and sit her on a flower. She doesn't have to be sat on the moon. Just look through your stash first and see what will work. Get a feel for it. Now I'm getting my dies out. And this is just a Paper Mania die holder. Quite affordable. Just keeps them all together in one place, stops them getting bent. So I'm just going to have a quick flick through and show you what I think could work from these. That moon could be used. Those stars could be used. The butterflies could be used. The rabbit, which I'm just going to get out and show you, or the chick above it will be perfect, cut in black silhouette. The good thing about a die is you can flip it over, so you could make two rabbits from that facing each other, rather than it just having to be all rabbits facing the same way. Just seeing what else I have. Don't have any fairy stamps, unfortunately. I'm sorry, dies. Or I didn't think I did. I mean, these leaves, you could cut these out in black, any of these, you know, pop them where you like. Doesn't have to be a stamp. If you wanted it to sit flush in the paper, you could actually cut that die out of first on your backing, wherever you were going to put it in black, and then sink the black in and just put another piece of card behind it. But just see what you have, see what you can work with. There's so many options. Now these are Sweet Dixie dies. They're very affordable. But again, some of these underwater ones would work as foliage coming up. You could even do the seahorse or the turtle in black to have a blue background, and under the sea one. These were a magazine freebie, what I'm showing now. These little pieces, or the inner piece that cuts out of one of the leaves, would be perfect as foliage. Now there's a dragon one here, a die. You could cut that out in black. Use it as a silhouette. You know, you could even, obviously you're going to get pieces out of this, but you could just pop those pieces back in, do a bit of paper piecing. So you still get that solid black silhouette. Again, more Sweet Dixie dies here. There's some lovely little bits of foliage. The little tulip would look perfect coming up from the bottom. And I will aim to get a video done at some point this week showing how I use these. Now, I didn't even realise I had a fairy die. But here, you could cut her out in black. Paper piece into her wings. You know, pop her on, you have your fairy. You could even use the moon I'm showing here. I'm not sure where the fairy dies come from, but the other dies on this page are Sweet Dixie. Now I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for subscribing to my channel. I now have over 200 subscribers. I never thought I'd get this far, and I'd like to thank you all for staying to watch this video and for taking the time out of your busy days, and to say thank you so much and take care. Bye bye.